Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk to you about the weird things I used to think and believe as a child. Let's go. Now, everyone knows when you are a child that your toys come to life when you leave the room, right? Everyone knows that. Everyone believes that as a child. But does everyone leave booby traps for their toys so that you can find out for certain that they move when you're not there? That's what I did. So I used to leave booby traps, you know, like bits of paper, like under an arm of a bear or something, so if it moved, it would fall out. And they're not very, clever with their paws, so I'd like to see you put that back in there. But I chickened out because after a couple of days, I was like, I feel really sorry for them. Like, I don't think I'm allowed to know that they move. And I know that this would work because I'm being smart, but I just want them to be free and happy, so I took the booby traps away. And, just so they can move again, because I'm a really lovely person like that, even as a child. I used to believe that Santa used to go to the pantomime on Christmas Eve and then drink beer in the bar at the pantomime before doing his rounds. Now, the reason why I believe this is because I saw him on Christmas Eve. After I left the panto, I was walking out and the theatre has like a glass, like windows, that's what they're called, windows. It has windows to the bar. And I saw him, I saw Santa, and I was like, Dad, why is Santa drinking beer? And he was like, that's what he does on Christmas Eve, and he's going to do his rounds. And yeah, sounded legit to me. I had seen it with my own eyes. That's my nose though. Seen it with my own eyes, so why wouldn't it be true? I used to believe that whenever you went through a tunnel, there was genuinely no air. That is the reason why my parents told me whenever we went through a tunnel, hold your breath. Why else would an adult tell a child they had to hold their breath for a tunnel, right? Like, why would they do that? Obviously it's not a game. You're telling me to hold my breath when we go through a tunnel. It's obviously because we can't breathe, right? Why would you do that? Why would you lie to me? I genuinely thought I couldn't breathe, and one time I remember really panicking because some of those tunnels are really long. I was so sure that when we went on this train in the Channel Tunnel, which is the tunnel that links like the UK to France, if you don't know, that I was going to be able to see all the fish and stuff because I thought it was like an aquarium. I thought we were going on this really cool train ride and I'd be able to see fishes and stuff. So when I went on and it was just dark, it sucked. I hate the dark. That is what they should have done. LED screens at the least, right? If you want a money maker, guys, I know no one can go anywhere at the moment, but when we can, and you want to pump up business, I think LED screens, just put on a nice show, maybe live stream from the London Aquarium. That would have been right up my street as a child. I would have loved that. This one I think a lot of people have. If you sit in your wardrobe and really believe, it takes practice, it's not gonna happen the first time, but I genuinely thought, and I practiced, if you sit in your wardrobe, close your eyes, and really believe that that back of that wardrobe is going to open up into Narnia, it will. It never did, and it made me very sad because going in the wardrobe and trying to get to Narnia was something that I only did when I was a bit sad as a child. I really wanted to go to Narnia. That would have cheered me up. I believed for years that my dad had a really old grape in his mouth for emergencies. Right? I get it was his tongue. He was doing this. But I didn't. I really didn't. He used to do it all the time. I used to poke it and it used to make me laugh so much. I'd be like, you know I've got a grape in it. He's like, I have, you can poke it. I'd be like, oh, you have got a grape. And I was like, well, when did you put it in there? And he was like, oh, when I met your mum or whatever, it was like years ago. I was like, is it not really mouldy? He's like, a little bit, but it's for emergencies. I really believed it was a grape. I think to the point even when my mum or my brother, someone told me it was his tongue, I was like, don't be so silly. Like, it's not his tongue, it's a grape. And then I remember a few years later going, Dad, is it your tongue? He was like, no, my tongue's here, look. The grape's here. He was like, tongue can't get down there. It's like, I can't. What an idiot. Explains a lot. Explains a lot, Emily. I believed in primary school that by the end of secondary school, I would no longer be the tallest girl in my class. I thought I was an early grower, and that albeit at age 10, at 5'7" or 5'8", I was pretty damn tall. I believed that by the end of secondary school, all of my friends would be taller than me and I would be the shortest girl in my class. I genuinely believed that. And then as the years went by, I just kept growing to 5'11", and not really anyone caught me up, so, you know. I believed that the car wash washed the car with marshmallows. I also thought because of the marshmallows that Willy Wonka had diversified his business and now ran car washes. I was very, it just sounds so ridiculous. I was very upset as well because my mum and dad would never let me out the car to eat the marshmallows, and I just thought it was unfair that the car got all the marshmallows and I didn't get any. Even I, the bravest of them all, was scared of monsters when I was a child. I believed that a vampire lived in my curtain, not behind, in it, because I was very aware that when I turned the light on, I could see in the pattern of my curtain where the vampire was. So I knew that he wasn't behind it or anything like that. He must be in the curtain. But as soon as the light went off, my feet would go under the covers because for some reason I thought that vampires would only eat your feet, and I got in my head that that is where they would target. So as long as my feet were covered, I would look at the vampire, because he would come out of the curtains as soon as the light went off and be like, you can't get my feet. I'm safe. And he'd be like, you're going to pop them out during the night. I was like, wrap myself up like a little burrito. It worked. I've still got my feet. I used to believe that when I was that was very fast. When I was on an aeroplane, I used to think that if you didn't follow the instructions, you know, seatbelt on, chair upright, table away, then the plane would crash. And I also remember really freaking out because I saw a man and his chair wasn't done up all the way, and I was like, we're gonna die. But we didn't, and I appreciate it is a safety thing, but that man not doing it, we didn't crash instantly. Well, we didn't crash at all, so you should do it, but not going to cause instant death, which is what it was going to do in my head as a child. My nana was the best cook in the world, right? Hear me out. Who does not love stewed apples with custard on top? Put it in the fridge for a good few hours, really like harden up a little bit with that nice skin on top, and then you need to put a glacé cherry, right, in the middle. Oh, my nana, I used to think she was like the best cook in the world. She's an alright cook, but like thinking back now, probably not like the best. Gordon Ramsay might have something to say about it. This one I only got called out for probably 2 months ago. I used to believe that you couldn't have a can of Pepsi or like a fizzy drink before 11 o'clock in the morning. Now, I don't know what I thought was going to happen. I just thought it was a rule. I thought it was a rule that everyone in the world had. And my partner got a can out, and oh no, I might have done. I can't remember, I think I did. And I was like, this is very naughty. I was like, but I'm gonna do it. I was like, I know you shouldn't have one before 11. He was like, why? I was like, because you shouldn't have one before 11. And then, yeah, apparently it was just a rule in my house, but it's a rule that's so ingrained in my head that I thought it was a world kind of rule. Whenever I was in the car with my parents or anyone, I used to think saying green, 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 green would make the lights either turn to green or stay green. Now, I was so into this, the power of my mind. You see, I was a megalomaniac even that I made my parents do it. And then they would do it and I'd be like, it didn't stay green. That's why it didn't stay green. And I was like, honestly, it works. And every time they did it, it worked. Obviously, I do not believe that now. But I have heard that lots of people believe that little people live inside the machines and the machines are traffic lights and are changing them. So I think my brain power thought is less weird than that. So winner. There you go, everyone. That was what I used to believe as a child. Let me know in the comments down below if you had any of the same things you used to believe as a child, or what other weird things you used to believe as a child. And hit that subscribe button if you are enjoying my content. It'll make me happy. I will see you soon in my next video. Bye. Oh, we've got the sun playing with us over here. Let's move me. Are we good here? I don't know. Are we? Are we good here?